Yo everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. This is a top 5 tips for the cyber weekend deals. So this is a very important video. Do bear in mind, it may not be the best thing to do to just straight buy some of the unit offers or some of the unit deals. So the things that you would say be a free-to-play player and grab those units, and the same thing with you spending your money. There may be some other things that you might need to consider from this video before doing that, so do bear that in mind. Also, in the next couple of hours, please expect a spreadsheet which details comparisons from previous deals, some recommendations for those that are Cavalier, Thronebreaker and Uncollected, as well as a few other bits of kind of like comparison content which we're going to delve into. Let's kick off the top 5 tips with spending in-game. Do bear in mind that this is referred to as Cyber Weekend in MCOC, but not technically. It is Cyber Monday that is normally the hosting day. Currently on places like the App Store and the same thing with Google Play, sometimes you're able to go in and say add funds to your wallet or add funds to your account, and you're able to get some like reductions. So like if you spend £100, you get like you get it for the price of £90, so you effectively get £10 free. The same thing with like the dollars and your currency based on where you are in the world. So that's something to bear in mind. You may see better reductions on Monday as opposed to today being Black Friday. Not to say that will or won't happen, it's just sometimes they may look to do that. So it could mean that you might want to spend on Monday. But there's a secondary thing to this, and that is reduction when it comes to certain things. As Cam pointed out, shout out to Cam, love to Cam, there is a current Google Play offer going on at the moment, which is like here you earn 4 points per dollar spent, or $1 spent. I'm not sure if this Google Play points is in many countries. I know that definitely in the UK it is, and some European countries. And I'm not sure if how it spreads across Asia when it comes to that particular thing. And this means that there is some better things to get. Like you could get some money reduction here, like advanced unit bundle for 500 of those points, which is 275 units to acquire stuff. Which, look, if you're getting points in the Google Play points area, then you're able to transfer it into units, which can be helpful for things like, getting a crystal for the greater gifting crystal when it comes to the gifting event. It's up to you. Who knows? When what you're interested with this. There's also some things going on in various different places, like on Amazon, and I don't know if this is kind of worldwide. I've tried to look in a few US places like Target, as well, like other things going on. In America, it seems to be very much stipulated around if you buy an Apple product, you get a nice little gift card with it as well. But it's like, well, who wants to be forced to buy a new device? Although with MCOC, it's like, get a new device, but it's like, you don't need to get a new device. You need to make the game more consistent. But that's by the by. You may find that there's something available here, which is like definitely in the UK there is save 10% when you buy a £25 gift voucher or kind of like a gift card, and it I think goes up in increments. So that's just the thing with the first kind of a tip is kind of like be wary of these things. Check your stores, check there's no offers on at the time, just to kind of see that you can get more for your money. So that's something to kind of point out. That's the first tip. My second tip is target what you need, not what you want. To kind of put it in perspective, I want to have an awakened 6-star Aegon. I got the unawakened version. I want an awakened version. Am I going to get that? No. Because then I'd be kind of like chasing stuff. Like if I would go, oh, 6-star Nexus, I'm going to get a 6-star Aegon. I'm going to get Awakened. The same thing with those players going like, look, I want to target a 6-star Doom. That's what you want, but it's not exactly what you need. So that's the thing that I just want to point out. It's like what you need. You may need to check certain things like your resources and look at your percentages as well, where you are with certain things like tier 5 class catalyst. I mean, for me personally, what I want is to be able to have a rank 4 version of a champion and a 6-star, and I'm like, well, I don't think I want it, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. I don't need it right now, but I want it. So those are things that going like, well, what I actually need is more rank up resources to get more 6-stars up to rank 3. And I've got like the first kind of like stuff that I need for it, with what you can see on screen. I've got loads of tier 5 class catalyst, but I don't have as much tier 5 basic in order to do that job. So that again is what I need versus what I want. And you can have a look at other things as well, like have a look at like your shard side of things. Do you want to open up a load of crystals? But again, like do you feel like you're going to be disappointed by them as well? And that's just the thing of looking at some of those deals. As I said, we're going to have a spreadsheet available when I do the video in the next couple of hours, which is going to be charting like, you know, what is available for you as a player from the point of perspective of going, okay, well, like, you know, July 4th deals 2021, there's a 6-star rank up gem at the point 10,000 units. Now, I don't have 10,000 units. I want 10,000 units. I've only got 8,000 units. Plus, I need to get like the 1,000 and 4,000 respectively, meaning a 15,000 unit spend. And I just don't have that. Am I willing to spend the money? I don't know. The thing is, with this, we have to be real in the situation of, have Kabam delivered decent offers, number one? Number two, are you feeling that you're in a state to actually spend on the game? And that's another thing as well. That's another kind of thing to consider. But that's just the thing. Look for what you need rather than you want. Because sometimes the stuff that you want will send you down a rabbit hole of RNGesus. And let's just face it, you know, half the time RNGesus isn't really with us when it comes to stuff that we want in the game. So go back to that need. Target what you need. Rank up resources. Is it going to be certain champions for certain things you've got to do in game? There's a lot of variables to consider with this. If you want to get new champions, 6-star Nexuses are the way to go. If Kabam don't offer them, then you have to sacrifice and go for 6-star features. Let's be real on this. And also look at upcoming things that you need to do. Target content. Do I need to kind of like do something with variant 8? Do I need a mercenary champion? So therefore, like, does my rank up resource go towards that or kind of like acquisition of that champion? And that's something to consider the way you go. Next up, let's talk about the third tip, which is all your eggs in one basket. Is it going to be of value for you to put all your eggs in one basket and say, right, is a gifting event something I'm going to have to save some units back for if the deals for Cyber Weekend do not tick any boxes for me? You may have yourself 3,000 units, maybe you even got 4,000, maybe even got 5,000, maybe you've got more than that. You may look at the deals in Cyber Weekend and go like, maybe this isn't for me. And Kabam may offer something extra, maybe to focus on, like I don't know, a special featured store or something that allows you to spend something that maybe seems to tick your boxes. But at the same time, you may be like, right, well, I'm going to have to save for, I'm going to instead save for the gifting event. But you've got to consider whether or not it's going to be of value for you to do. I mean, you look at previous years that we've got right here. This is from 2020. And in 2020, so some of the rank rewards, let's face it, if you're spending 5,000 units, you're more than likely getting yourself in about the 5% position, or kind of thereabouts, or kind of close to it. I think that was kind of like what I kind of like did last time. And say let's get 4,500 6-star shards, and you got like that, and that. It's good chunks of stuff, especially with the tier 2 alpha fragments. But it's not exactly ticking huge boxes if you're then kind of combining, say, the 1,000 and 5,000 from Thronebreaker, so to speak. Then you could say like, okay, well, that's not a value compared with what I would get back from the Cyber Weekend deals for Thronebreaker. Cavalier, very different situation, because technically that this would be the stuff that would be of value compared with last year. Now, we don't know, and that's something to very much point out. Kabam have delayed the announcement of the December events. This includes a gifting event. And again, I want to make this very clear. Because Kabam haven't done that, I kind of feel they are holding back the information of the quality of those rewards. Now, that's a bit of a risk, okay? A bit of a risk to say, am I going to hold 5,000 units? Because on Monday, Kabam may announce something that's spicy gifting event rewards. I haven't even seen what the gifting rewards ranks are. And that is what is going to come next week. This could be the thing that makes you go, oh, I've spent 5,000 of my free-to-play units in the likes of Cyber Weekend, and find that, hey, there's better rewards on offer for that 5,000 unit spend. It's a very, very difficult game to play, because at the end of the Cyber Weekend deals finishing, which will be about 6 PM UK time on Monday, that's when the announcement for what the Cyber Weekend, the gifting event will be. So you're going to have to be very, very careful with those units, and it's a very difficult game to play. You might even have to consider how you get yourself out of the situation if you spent for Cyber Weekend, but then kind of gone like, oh, these rewards for gifting event are actually really spicy, and my units were better spent in there. So that's something I really want to make very clear to people, and just to kind of remind you, don't put all your eggs in one basket, just in case. And RNG again is a huge factor as to like how things go, because like based on the greater gifting crystals of last year, you could have picked up a high volume of 6-star shards and feel like from the purpose of just spending those units in places like the greater gifting event and the greater gifting crystal, you could actually pick up a lot more for your trouble. But you know, it's never guaranteed. It's RNG. Cyber Weekend is guaranteed, but this stuff is kind of more fun, but it's down to a player's perspective. But maybe think about holding back some units for this event and then prepare a grind in arena schedule to grab more units in that time frame. You may even want to consider alt accounts, but we don't know the full restrictions yet. We won't find out until Monday. Now on to the fourth tip, which is all about well, satisfaction and spending money. Spending money never really kind of gives you the satisfaction that you require, and you know, this is why I asked for iTunes cards for kind of like birthdays and Christmas and stuff, because then I'm able to kind of go, right, well, I'm not excessively spending, and I kind of like set it to a budget. And that's the thing as well, like setting a budget is very, very important for this. So if you are spending, try not to excessively spend, especially being so close to Christmas, unless you can financially do it. So it's a little bit of responsibility you need to have for yourself when it comes to this. Do bear in mind that Kabam do drop on Christmas Day some deals, and also New Year's Day. There's normally something, I can't remember, I think they didn't do something last year, but I could be wrong on that one. So that's something to point out as well, is just to go like, look, you know, just be careful with your money. There is and are other deals. Don't feel like you're kind of like, you're part of the rush to kind of get something or buy something. You know, you can take some time, you can take a chill. The game is always going to be here. You're always going to be making some gains on your own pace. If you're an excessive grinder, then you probably will kind of like go in and kind of like spend. But for others, it may take their time. I'm very much in that kind of camp of taking my time and making sure I make the right decision. And as well, like I said before, and as I've said several times, July 4th deals disappointed me, and I didn't spend except for somebody sponsored an opening and kind of grabbing of a deal, which, you know, I said, okay, fine, I'll do that. But apart from that, I had no plans to spend. So that may be something that you may want to do, is save or kind of wait for Christmas Day or New Year's Day, and maybe kind of ask people if they want to get you some a gift for Christmas. Just say like, or whenever, just say like just an iTunes card or an Apple Play card or Google Play card will be kind of like really good, and tell them you can go to Amazon and other places to get discounts whilst they're on. And the fifth and final tip is dealing with disappointment. Do bear in mind that if you've gone for a deal, you might be incredibly disappointed with what you've got. Maybe it's the point of what you've pulled has felt like it's a disappointment. And that's just the thing. Getting away from like the disappointment factor is a tough thing. If you're a free-to-play person and you've kind of like spent all your units and felt that what you've got back for it hasn't been ticking a lot of boxes, yes, it can leave you very disappointed in what would be just a roster that isn't growing for you. I think when it comes to situations like this, it's all about thinking of how you get yourself out of the situation. That's how kind of like I'm mentally set, is like, right, doesn't matter about the negativity, how do we get out of this situation in the best way possible? So if you're free to play, I would say just get back on the horse. Get grinding and lower content to pick up more units. Think about the gifting event as your next thing. That's your focus forward, the focus point. Set up a schedule of arena grind to grab units and plan and kind of jot things down for the rest of the year of what you plan to pick up. Make plans for the future, targets and things like that. The same thing when it comes to rank up resources and where you're kind of focusing your attention to grab. You don't go think about like anybody else and like people that have kind of spent excessively. If you're free to play, focus on you and what you want to achieve and where you want to achieve it, because it could be things like 6-star features that you want to target, 5-star features that you want to target. There could be the wish crystal around the corner, and just thinking about those positive things. The new dev diary is going to be next month as well, and I'm sure that will kind of like, you know, boost people up. Now when it comes to a spending factor, if you spent your money and feel like you've got nothing back for it, I do feel for you, and that's just the thing. You want to feel like when you spend money in the game that you get something back that you like. Think about the things that you've spent, and also if they rank up resources and can be best used in different areas. Try and like say, okay, so I've grabbed myself some generic rank up gems, and where can I use them? I've picked up tier 5 class catalyst, but I haven't dropped where I want. Those are things to figure out as well, and go like, okay, well, there may be some buffs around the corner to old champions that I have, which aren't god tier, but will be god tier at some point. Look to invest that resource in there. And the same thing with going like a spending factor is if you like spending in the game and felt disappointed by the Cyber Weekend deals, didn't buy, or did buy, then it's a case of, well, focus on the gifting event, which indeed will drop around about the 20th of December. So that again is something to kind of like go, hey, you know, this is good. This is good. We can focus forward and focus in positively. So yeah, there we go. That's been it. That's been my top 5 tips of the cyber weekend. I've definitely come up with a very smorgasbord of coverage, from ranging from spending, about controlling, like, well, not controlling your debt, but kind of controlling a spending element of kind of disappointment and jubilation. Also a case of, like, you know, trying to G you up for stuff, as well as looking at the fact that maybe investing in a cyber weekend maybe against like the gifting, maybe gifting may be a better option for you. But you do you at the end of the day. Target what you want in this, rather than target what you need rather than what you want, because your desire and practicality of what will be beneficial for your roster is something to definitely bear in mind. And the final thing is, make sure to look out for deals. If there's deals on in order to reduce the spending that you can do, then happy days. Good luck to everybody doing the cyber weekend deals and what you're going to get. I will be dropping a comparison video in the next couple of hours. I'll get it out as soon as I can, but it's going to be a little bit of work that needs to be done in order to make sure that hey, it's peachy and good, as well as a spreadsheet that requires several tabs to get done as well. So I appreciate you all for coming on by to this video. Check out some other content located on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one whenever that is. Much love and goodbye for now.